And we're in that seated position on our yoga mat. Palms facing upwards or resting in our chin mudra, thumb and forefinger together. And closing the eyes, getting ready for our calming yin practice. As you exhale, see if you can drop your shoulders a little lower. As you inhale, see if you can lift your head a little higher. Grounding from the base of the spine into your yoga mat. Maybe just repeating the affirmation here, I am grounded, a few times in your own time. I am grounded. And if the mind is feeling quite active after your day, your mantra is going to help to settle the mind. And as you inhale, maybe be aware of I am. And as you exhale, that word grounded. So your mind and focus is on your breath and your mantra. Inhaling, I am. Exhaling, the word grounded. Taking an inhale, letting the breath travel up the spine. Taking a pause of the breath. And then exhaling out of your mouth, a big long sigh. Take a few breaths like this. Inhale through your nose. Draw that breath in. Take your pause at the top. And your long exhale, sigh out of the mouth. Let it all go. 3 more breaths in this way. Every breath, seeing if you can take your inhalation and exhalation a little deeper, a little longer. Taking one more breath, knowing that you've arrived at your mat this evening, ready for some self-care. Bring your hands to your heart, palms together, and set an intention for your practice today. An intention of what you need from your practice. Telling yourself that you're going to honour that intention. On your next inhale, start to send the hands up towards the ceiling, lifting out of your waist. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, drop your right hand down to your mat and send your left arm long. So you're going to bend into your right elbow. You can keep your gaze forward, or you can start to turn your gaze towards your left arm. Feeling that into the left side of the body, keeping the glutes on the mat. Side stretch. When ready, come back to center, drawing the palms to touch. Lift up again, out of your waist, growing taller, arms alongside your ears. Inhale at the top. Exhale, left hand down, right arm goes long. Bend into that left elbow. And that option of maybe turning the head. Take 2 more breaths along that right side. And come back to center. Let the palms touch again. Lift out of the waist. And on your exhale, release the arms. So from here, we're going to take an inhale in, bringing our shoulders up. And your exhale is going to be out of your mouth with a so it's a and you can let your eyes close. Just use your breath. Shoulders up on the inhale, shoulders release on the exhale. Let's take a few mindful breaths here with the movement. Few more. Take one more in your own time. Releasing the arms. Bring your hands onto your shoulders now. We're going to inhale in, and as we exhale, we're going to twist right. Again, it's quite a vigorous movement. So inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. In your own time, keep going. You're just turning right. If you feel dizzy at all, stop the movement, rest the hands to the knees. Few more breaths. One more. And then release your arms, palms up. Just notice the breath, the body. Maybe you're already feeling a shift in energy. We're going to do that over to our left side. As you exhale, maybe letting go of anything you feel you're hanging on to at the moment. Maybe that niggling worry. So hands to our shoulders, we inhale in, we exhale, we twist left. Exhaling out of the mouth. Few more. One more. Release the arms, palms up, spine long. Taking that check in again. Just noticing. Maybe already the mind is feeling a little clearer. Allow yourself 3 more long breaths here. Blinking the eyes open when you're ready. So we're going to grab our yoga block. We're going to be using it along our middle spine. So kind of the back, not the front, like I'm just holding it just so you know which way to put it. Place it on your yoga mat. Now you can take a small blanket for your head if you want to, or maybe if you find you have any neck problems, you can use a block. But maybe start with a very small blanket or even no blanket at all. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do. I'd like you to be able to open into the chest and the heart space. So we're going to have a bend in our legs. We can bring our hands to our block because we're going to adjust to where we need it. And then we take a roll back. So we roll over our block all of the way. And then our head, I'd like you to try sending the crown of the head to your blanket or your mat. And if it doesn't feel okay, you take the back of your head, and that's when you might need to make your head support higher. If it's crown of the head, you don't want that support too high. You might even want to move it away. And if it's the back of the head, then you may well want to make your support higher. Once you're there, just move your arms away from the body, palms facing upwards. Don't be afraid to adjust your block. Maybe you prefer it higher. Maybe it feels better lower. You're getting that opening into your throat chakra, the chest, the heart space, rotating the shoulders open. And maybe trying sending the soles of the feet together, letting the knees fall out. Doesn't feel okay, you can take that bend back into the legs. Adjusting any final adjustments, and then finding your stillness. And as we did seated, I'd like you to send your breath awareness to the base of your spine. You're going to inhale and draw that energy from the base through your chakra points, through the whole of the spine. Inhaling in, all the way up to the crown of the head. Exhaling back down, slow and steady. Just knowing as you move through your practice this evening that it's your practice. So if you need to come out sooner, then you're going to do so. And if you want to stay longer, you also have that option. We're going to stay here a little longer if it feels okay. you did take your knees out, just let them come back together. Send your feet towards the side of your mat and let your knees drop in towards each other. I'd then like you to just push away from your block and slide it from underneath your back. Resting the back of the head on the mat. Arms can be alongside you. Just taking a moment as you send the whole of the spine back down to your yoga mat. From here, draw both knees in and we're going to bring up the head. So we're pushing the middle back into our mat now. Just squeezing the head up. Any neck problems, we can always drop our head back down. And then let your head go. Bring your left foot back onto your yoga mat and draw your right knee towards you, but we're going to take hold of the outer edge of our right foot with our right hand. So start off with your arm inside edge of your right knee and then just let that right hand go to the outer edge of your right foot in a half happy baby. You're going to start to draw that knee towards you, towards your right shoulder. Just holding here. Left leg is soft, knee is bent. That right knee is drawing towards your right arm, right shoulder. Just notice, how does the right hip feel? Groin, pelvis. Maybe that knee is coming closer to the ground as you draw inwards. See if you can relax your right shoulder so it's not hunched up, it's drawing down towards your mat as well. Now I'm going to stay a few more breaths here in our half happy baby. Now let your left leg go long. I feel quite a stretch in that left hip. If it doesn't feel okay, you take that bend again. Left leg is long, right knee is drawing out to the right arm, right shoulder. Just notice where your awareness is. Noticing where you can feel this movement. Maybe drawing the breath down to that right hip, knee. Maybe it's the right glute. Let go of your foot and just draw that knee now towards your chest. wrapping both hands around your knee. Just start to circle your ankle joint. As you circle, give the toes a little wiggle as well. Change the direction of your circle. Make sure your shoulders are peeling down to your mat. You don't want to create any tension in the upper body. Then having your block on your left side, just in case you need it. We're going to take our left hand and it's going to come to the outer edge of our right knee, and we're going to draw our right knee over to our block on our left side, or maybe the knee comes all the way to the floor. So we're rolling onto our left hip in our spinal twist. You can keep your left hand on the outer edge of the knee and move your right arm away from your body, palm facing upwards. You decide, where do you want your head? Maybe you're turning your left ear down to the mat. Maybe you're turning your right ear towards the mat. Maybe just staying central. Let your eyes close if they're not already. Drop your gaze. Can you soften your feet and your hands a little more so there's no gripping? Again, moving that breath up and down the spinal column. If you feel drawn to any areas, particularly if you're aware of your chakra points, and send your breath there. Maybe the space between the heart, the belly, the lower spine. Maybe it's the throat or the third eye, the crown. Just using your own intuition. Where do you need to release? We are going to stay here a little longer, so maybe you'd like to remove your block now. If the knee touches the ground, if not, you pop your block back in place. Always be your blanket. You want something softer. So we are going to very slowly ease our way out. I'd like you to take your time, even if you need to pause somewhere for a moment. It's quite a strong spinal release when we take that stretch. And then when you do come back to center, just let the whole body go into Shavasana for a moment. Again, just coming back to that place of noticing. You feel the difference between your right side and your left. Maybe already shifting some energy, some stagnation. We're going to bend back into both legs, so a little bit of distance between the feet. Arms alongside you. We're going to come into that happy baby left side, so half happy baby. So let's draw our left knee in first, squeeze it in. Right foot is going to stay on our mat. And then we reach inside our left knee with our left arm. And then we send that foot into our left hand. So we're holding the outer edge of our foot with our left hand. If that's challenging or difficult, we can always come back to holding the knee. We want to draw the knee towards the left side. So start to send your left knee towards your left shoulder, to the ground, left side. Make sure that left shoulder is not lifting up. You're grounding down to your mat. Softening the toes. Get a little check in that the face is soft. No clenching of the jaw. Softening the space between the forehead, the eyes, the lips. And just keep drawing that left knee out to the left side. Maybe awareness is on that left hip. That feels tight. Even the hamstring. That glute. Again, just coming back to where do you need to release. Knowing that any stress, any tension does not serve you. Feeling ready to let it all go. If any worries are popping up, maybe just acknowledging. And seeing, is this worry going to matter next week, next month, next year? Can you let that go? Now send your right leg long if that feels okay for you. You can always come back to the bent leg if you need to. I'm going to hold. Breathing all the way in. let go of your foot and squeeze your left knee towards you, wrapping your hands around your knee. Again, make a conscious effort to draw your shoulders down to your yoga mat. You're not hunching, clenching or tightening the neck. And then start to roll through that ankle joint. Maybe a little wiggle and a squeeze of the toes as well. Feet are always supporting you, carrying you to your various destinations. And let's give our feet, our ankles, a little bit of love and care. Reverse that circle when you're ready. And I'm going to grab your yoga block, bring it to your right side. And your right hand is that guide to draw your left knee over towards your block. So you're going to roll now onto your right hip. Make sure your knee reaches your block. You can always make it higher with your blanket. Always use your bolster. Moving that left arm away from the body, palm facing upwards. And whatever way you had your head on your right side, you're going to do the same on the left. So maybe drawing one ear down or keeping the head central. Again, just make sure you're softening the hands, the toes, no gripping. And we're going to rest here, finding that stillness. We're going to stay here a little longer, so maybe you'd like to remove your block now. Maybe that knee is ready to come to the ground, doesn't matter if it's not. And when you're ready, take your time coming back to center. And again, we are going to take that rest in Shavasana for a moment. So just allow your body to rest. And it's quite normal to sometimes drift off in our yin practice, and that's okay. judgment of the body or in your own home. And that just means that's what your body needs. And get you in your own time to roll onto your tummy. So just take your time, no rush. Once you're there, just cross over your arms. Turn your toes out to the side of your mat and draw your heels down towards your mat. So it's called Makarasana, crocodile pose. So your chest is slightly elevated. You're resting your forehead on your arms and you just turn the toes out. Hips are now grounding into your mat. I'm just going to be here for a moment. And the toes back in. Bring your hands just under your shoulders. Push yourself up and back and sit back to your heels in child's pose. Let the forehead come down to the mat, or it can always be on some support. Knees are wide, big toes touching, arms along on your mat. Bring your awareness to your breath. Just notice the breath is still long. And back to breathing to the base of the spine, the root chakra, all the way up to the crown. Long, deep breath. I'm going to rest here for a little longer. Starting to bring your awareness to your third eye point, so that point that's resting on your mat or your support in the middle of the forehead. Coming back to your own intuition, your own inner guidance. Maybe just asking a question here and listening to the first answer that comes to mind. The body is slowed down, the subconscious mind is opening. And this is when we can truly listen. Very slowly making your way back up. So let's grab our bolsters now, just in front of us, and we're going to take our legs wide. So it might be that you want to stack your bolster a little higher. You can always bring your block as well underneath it, make it higher that way. You can also stack with a few blankets as well. So the legs are wide, your bolster is drawing in towards you. And we're just going to start to fold towards our bolster. So it might be that you stack your hands, your forehead comes down. Might be that you relax your arms, turn one ear down to your bolster. Letting the arms go. If it does feel okay, maybe take that turn of the head to release down the neck. I will remind you to change sides. Make sure that you are on your support, so it can be as high as you need. Grab pillows, blankets, whatever. Legs wide. Belly, chest, down to that support. Arms are soft. Allowing the eyes to close. Soften the feet, particularly the toes, no gripping. Make any final adjustments so you can be still. As you inhale and exhale, feeling the breath expand into your belly. The belly is resting against your support. Inhaling, pushing the belly into the support, and exhaling, softening. Maybe being aware of your power chakra, your solar plexus. Firing up that inner energy, that inner purpose, that strength, that power. Maybe allowing this area to recharge. Particularly if you felt tired or sluggish or undriven, just use your breath to recharge this space, this chakra. And being aware of that lovely yellow light as you inhale and exhale. If you did have your head turned, let's turn the head the opposite way. Finding that stillness again. You had your head turned, just bring your head back to centre for a moment, just maybe even resting on the hands. Rolling slowly up to centre. And if you did have quite a lot of support in front of you, then do take it away. Just have your bolster, or it can be your block. Grab your oil as well, and we're going to bring the soles of the feet onto our bolster if it feels comfortable. This can be lower, so you can be bringing the soles of your feet onto your blanket or your block if this feels too much with the bolster. Grab your essential oil if you're using one. Hopefully it's a relaxing one if you are. Take a drop in the palm of your hand and then apply it to the soles of the feet. Now our essential oils can work much quicker on the soles of the feet. So just a few strokes of that oil onto the feet, and then I'd like you to just put any pressure wherever you feel you need it. Now the middle of the foot is the solar plexus that we were just working with, maybe it's there. The big toe is around the head, the crease of the toe is the neck, so maybe if the head and neck is an area that you feel you suffer tension with, really wherever you're drawn. Along the sole, the inner sole is the spinal area. And just give yourself a little bit of a self-care massage. Knowing that oil is already working, already in the bloodstream. It's quite nice to keep your oils, if you use relaxing oils regularly, by your bed. I always apply mine just on the soles of my feet as I get into bed. So last moment. And then wrapping your fingers around your toes, if that feels okay, just drop your elbows and tuck in your chin. Now it might be that you lower deeper, it might be that you stay upwards. We're not going to be here too long, but I'd like you just to let your head go. So you're bringing your chin towards your chest. As you exhale, maybe going a little further, if that feels okay. And then taking your time to roll back up. So we've done quite a lot of forward folding in our last two postures, so let's reverse that. So take your block to the top of your mat and then put your bolster on top of your block. So your head is going to be higher than your heart area. Grab your blanket as well to make sure you're nice and comfortable. You can roll it or just fold it on top of your bolster. So having all of that in place. And then we are going to take that bend into our knees. If you have crystals and you like to use them, you can have a crystal in each palm of your hand, or maybe one, doesn't matter, or maybe you've just got them placed around you or close to your mat. We're going to have a bend in our legs, and we're going to roll back on that support. Before you do that, make sure your bolster is as close to you as you can, so there's no gap as you roll back all of the way. Make sure your head is comfortable, so if you need to adjust your blanket, you're going to send your palms open. Maybe you've got your crystals in the palms of your hand. Shoulders are rotating open. And just keep your feet resting on your mat, or there's always the option to send the legs long if that feels comfortable. Again, it's just options. You're going to choose what feels better. Always be the feet going out towards the side of the mat and the knees dropping in. Make any of those final adjustments. Peeling open shoulders, back of the hands resting on the ground. You're using crystals, maybe just noticing how they feel, the palms of your hand. Maybe whether they feel cool, tingly, heavy or light. And just giving your body a scan here. Are there any areas that need more attention? What's your body telling you? As you exhale, maybe sinking into that support a little further. And we will rest here. Lovely affirmation here, if you do find the mind a little active. It's I am supported. I am supported. And that the universe is always supporting, guiding you as you rest here on your bolster. you did have your legs long, take a bend back into the legs. You're going to very slowly ease away from your bolster. Please take your time. And then going to turn your bolster so it's widthways along your yoga mat. Have anything that you would like close to hand to make you feel warm or comfortable, because we will be doing this as our final pose and then coming into Shavasana. So maybe it's your blanket that you're going to put over you, maybe it's your crystals or extra support under the knees. But before we find our final Shavasana, we're just going to come and release our lower back a little more. So bolster is widthways, and we've done this lots of times. As you roll back, you do need to come up onto your feet, maybe even your toes, and push your bolster towards your lower back, top of the glutes. Once you're there, I'd like you to take your legs long. And you've got those options of cactusing the arms, resting the arms to the ground, or maybe it's reaching long with the arms. Make sure that bolster feels comfortable. You can always use a rolled up blanket. You can use a pillow, your block. Make any adjustments now so you can be still. Should feel nice on the lower back, the hips. As you inhale and exhale, just be aware of the legs and arms, like they're weighing the rest of the body down. Every exhalation, the legs and arms are getting heavier and heavier. Take a bend back into your legs, and then I'd like you to draw both knees in towards your chest. You're still on your bolster to a point. You're hugging the knees in. Take any movement you may need here. If it's a roll through the feet, if it's a full happy baby, maybe holding the outer edge of the feet. What does your body need before it finds that stillness in Shavasana? Moving, listening, taking this moment now. And then from here, bring the feet, the legs back down. And you should be able to just slide your bolster underneath and push it underneath your legs or completely away, whatever you need. Grab your blanket, grab anything now to make yourself as comfortable as you can be. Extra pillows, fluffy socks, whatever feels good as you come to your final position now. Making sure you're warm. And then allowing the body to be still. We're going to finish our yin practice with a gentle chakra affirmation. So just bring your attention now down to the base of the spine, connecting to the root chakra. Maybe just visualizing the colour red, feeling that connection to the element of earth. Being aware of the affirmation, I am grounded and steady. I am grounded and steady. Feeling the root chakra completely balanced in a steady way. Bringing your awareness slightly up the spine to the sacral area. Colour here is orange. Feeling the connection to the element of water. Maybe repeating the affirmation, I am creative and fluid. I am creative and fluid. In the sacral area, balanced in a steady way. Now bringing your attention to the abdomen and solar plexus region. Maybe visualizing the colour yellow, feeling connection to the element of fire. repeating the affirmation, I am strong and powerful. I am strong and powerful. Feeling solar plexus area balanced in a steady way. Moving your attention up to the middle of the chest, connecting to the heart chakra, visualizing the color green, connection to the element of air. Maybe repeating the affirmation, I love myself. I love myself. Feeling the heart chakra balanced in a steady way. Bring your attention now to the center of the throat. Maybe visualizing the color blue, feeling the connection to the element of air. Maybe using the affirmation, may my words and speech uplift and inspire. May my words and speech uplift and inspire. Feeling the throat area balanced in a steady way. Moving to the center of the forehead, third eye. Color here is indigo, element of space. Maybe repeating the affirmation, I am guided by my inner wisdom and intuition. I am guided by my inner wisdom and intuition. Feeling this third eye point balanced in a steady way. And lastly, coming to the crown of the head. Maybe being aware of a white light into the crown of the head. Affirmation here: I am connected to my higher power. I am connected to my higher power. Being aware of all of the chakras now, balanced and steady. All of the chakras balanced and steady.